right. Well, I was obviously, really happy with the way the race went. I had a goal coming in to win, and I was feel really lucky to be able to run here, basically on my home track, especially for such a big event like the Olympic trials. And I don't think this meet could have gone much better for me. I'm really happy too that I was able to help my training partner out, Dathan. Obviously, had a little bit of a rough road coming into this race, and we talked a little before, and the great thing about I think our relationship is that we both understood that we got to do what's in each other's best interest, but at the same time we don't want to jeopardize our own individual chances to make the Olympic team. But it worked out great that we were able to work together in the beginning of the race. But at 5K it was every man for himself. So. That was kind of our plan going in, and it worked great. So I'm real happy that he's able to make it. I'm going to have my teammate, training partner, and friend with me, in London, training for the 10K.
I've had quite an up and down year, last 3 years for that matter, and what a lot of people didn't know is that everything had a purpose this year, and it was all pointing to this race. When I stepped out and saw it pouring rain, I wasn't the most excited person in the world. But the good, fortunate thing is we've been in Oregon for about 3.5 years now, and know that can happen, and I was prepared for it. And that's why I was layered up in arm sleeves and gloves, and just helped me stay as relaxed as possible throughout the race. And utmost respect to these two up front, and Dathan with the pressure, knowing they had to get the standard and just going after it right from the gun. And for me, it was just about staying as relaxed as possible, making the right moves, covering the moves, being patient, and just toughing it out. And when we separated ourselves, I think it was 6 or 7 laps to go, it was just hang on for dear life, and the gap kept growing and growing, and just the more excited I got. So second Olympic Games, and super excited to represent Team USA in London.
It's been a really emotional evening here for me. It's been a tough road. Making my third Olympic team, it wasn't easy. The last couple of years have been really difficult for me. So coming out here, my training has been going great, and the plan, working with Galen for training leads, is something I owe to him big time. It was in my best interest. He said it was in both of our best interests, but it's definitely in my interest more than his. And so I'll owe him big time for this. And that wasn't just the plan. He even took over again, just that one little lap after 5K. I really needed that. Spending the time in the front, it was hard for me, knowing the pressure of the time, and seeing that there's still a group of guys with us, and so that was huge for me. That helped me get just enough reprieve to really get that last push and start to break open the race in the last 2 miles. And like Matt said, it was pouring rain, but it doesn't really matter. You have to run that time, and you have to be top 3, and so it made it a little bit more difficult, but I was really focused and ready for it after everything I've been through. I mean, I was ready for it, no matter what it was going to be, and it was tough towards the end. But I'm just so thankful to be on my third Olympic team at 29, and hopefully more ahead. But I'm just happy for this one right now.
All right, we'll open it up for questions over there.
Recently, you had 13:48 in 5 days. In 30 minutes or less. Does that show you that you were ready for the 10K?
Yeah, I think it was 13:58 was the second one. I figured that I just have to run those in reverse order and no rest in between. So that was kind of Alberto's plan for just getting the good workout in. The first race was to just work on a kick in case there was someone still there, because it's a little deceptive. You can look at the jumbotron, but you can't tell always how far that gap is, and so if someone was there, I still had to be able to kick. But the plan was to try to get rid of people beforehand. For me, that's always been a strength of mine, to be able to kind of grind people off and chip away at the people that are there. I feel comfortable in the lead. It's a hard way to run, but at the same time, I like to be able to do that. I like to be in control of the race, and so that second race was really just trying to recover in a fairly short period of time from a fast closing effort, and then be able to run essentially the pace that I would have to run, because the last half of that race I really tried to run 65-second pace just to practice that.
What was your reaction? It wasn't just raining at times, it was like pouring. What do you think that's going on?
The question is regarding the rain pouring, what Galen's thoughts were.
I wouldn't worry about it at all. I'm from Oregon, so I grew up with this weather, and I love running in this weather. It's great. Just it's good for my allergies and stuff. So I was actually excited to see that it was raining today. But it is what it is, and regardless of what the weather is, you're gonna have to still go out there, compete, get the job done. And so I was really just worried about making sure I hit my times on the laps that I had to lead in the beginning, and then after that, just relaxing as much as possible and getting ready for a big finish.
Go ahead, Jack.
Galen, your strategy, how do you feel about talk about the 500 feel after this race and looking ahead to the 5?
The question is regarding the 5,000 meters following this race.
I'm really looking forward to it. I had to focus on this first. It's easy to get a little bit ahead of yourself and start looking ahead, but I think that all my coaches and everybody do a really great job of making sure that I stay focused on the task at hand. So today I was really only worried about the 10K and getting the job done here, and then right now I'm going to cool down and just rest up basically for the 5K. I know that's going to be a really tough event to make. And so it's going to be tough. So just about rest and recovery right now, and get myself ready for the prelim in a couple days.
Dathan, can you sort of parallel the emotions you felt in the final straight today to how you felt on that same sort of straight coming in and using?
The question is regarding his emotions comparing the marathon finish to the 10K finish.
Yeah, the marathon in January was heartbreaking for me. Coming in this finish, though, I was still, even though it was unlikely that I was going to catch that last 8 seconds, in the marathon, so much can happen still at the end, and, Abdi was still coming back very hard, so I wasn't defeated still at that time. I was still giving it everything I could, so I just didn't have the luxury of the last 100 meters. Here I knew the last 100 meters that I was going to make the team and be under the time, and so it's a short period of time, but those 15 seconds are that's what makes it all worth it. If you've got it, and right when you cross the line, and it was a completely different time, but that 4th place finish made this so much better. This is a tough road for me to make this 3rd Olympic team, but that makes it. This is the best one.
Dathan, you were the guy with the time pressure tonight. The race didn't go out very fast. Were you ever nervous, or was that the plan to grind it down?
No, that was the plan. Me and Alberto and Galen, we talked about running 67s early on and trading the lead, and getting to a decent pace, for the first 5K, and I knew that if I had to really close it down, that I could make up a lot. I feel like I was really fit, and so we did come back a lot faster. But it was really just it was hard conditions. It was wet, of course, but it was better than being like terribly hot or something like that. So we knew that just it would be a little bit better just to come back a little bit faster, and so that was the plan. I mean, trade the leads for the first half, and then I was just going to grind it out after that.
Galen, this is your second time around now. Describe your mindset. You've had pretty journey now. Second Olympics. How different from the first time?
The question is regarding how this is his second Olympics and how it compares to the first.
Well, I mean, anytime you make an Olympic team, you're pretty ecstatic. So I was really happy. I finished second 4 years ago, so I'm happy to win. This year, especially just given the quality of athletes that were in the field. There were a lot of great guys in there. But I feel real fortunate to have made a team in 2008. Just having that experience under my belt, and knowing it's such a big stage. I was a kid back then, but just being able to see all the kind of the bright lights going into 80, 90,000 seat stadium and doing all the opening ceremonies, everything like that. You kind of get those emotions, maybe not out of the way, but you go through it, so you know what to expect. And so I think that having that experience is going to be big this summer. I'll be able to be a little bit more relaxed probably, and just focus on the races. So I'm looking forward to it. It's a great day.
All right, thank you very much, John.